Mando, hold all our calls. Hi. Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Hi. I know what you're thinking. Is it time for the Unemployable Counselor Christmas Spectacular? No, it isn't. But we are going to take a few minutes while I put some Christmas music onto the background to cement the mood of where we're at tonight. We're going to talk about Christmas movies. I'm not going to get into, and I'll tell you what I think is a Christmas movie. I'm not going to get into the argument of whether or not it is or it isn't. I'm going to tell you why it is, why it isn't, and then I'm going to give them to you. I have 5, with maybe a bonus one, movies that I have for Christmas that are classics. And I will say this, there's no Christmas Vacation in it. There's no Christmas Story in it. Yeah, I don't care if Ralphie has a gun or shoots his eye out. Watch that movie enough times, you're going to imagine you're doing it yourself. Okay? To start off, Die Hard, any movie that takes place on Christmas is a Christmas movie. Die Hard takes place on Christmas Eve at Nakatomi Plaza, I believe. Up until his plane lands that day, John McClane, that he throws Alan Rickman off the roof, what I'm assuming is midnight, with Carl Winslow, the dad from Family Matters, shooting the big German guy. That has holiday written all over it. Same with Gremlins. That's kind of a new one, but it took place at Christmas time. Gizmo was an early Christmas present. Basically bought his kid an exotic animal that he bought from an old guy in the Chinese market. Merry Christmas, son. And then it multiplied and it tried to kill everyone in almost half the town. Don't watch Gremlins 2. Not only is it not a Christmas movie, it's not a movie to be watched, period. And third, lastly, is Lethal Weapon. Just because I like Lethal Weapon. And when Mel Gibson fights Gary Busey on the lawn at the end, that really brings the whole neighborhood together in a happy holidays, Yuletide, fun time way. I'd like to see that fight now. That'd be kind of interesting, actually. But, there's one more. Reindeer Games. Yeah, it's probably a Christmas movie. It has reindeer in the title, but also has young Ben Affleck. I don't like young Ben Affleck. So no, but it has Charlize Theron in it. Charlize Theron is good no matter what age she is. But young Ben Affleck, not a fan. Anyways, ho ho ho, how you doing? I hope everyone is keeping warm. It was a chilly one today, and I hope if anyone has a TV or the internet, they might be able to find some of these holiday classics. And we're gonna whip through them quick. I guarantee you won't guess number one. It's in no particular order, but I purposely put that one last because no one's gonna guess that in a million years. But it is a Christmas movie. I will give you that. Not based off my sliding scale of Christmas movies. I did, after all, say Lethal Weapon should be one. But it's my list, so shut up. All right. That was Wham! Last Christmas. Beautiful, beautiful song about heartbreak and the holidays. I'm not a big Ariana Grande fan. What the heck? Okay. That's what we're going to do here. Number one on the list is The Ref. I don't know if you've seen The Ref, but it's a good one. Annette Bening, which is always awesome. Dennis Leary, acquired taste, I know, but he's a thief who robs a house on Christmas Eve. And the family, of course, is in turmoil, and hijinks ensue. It also has Kevin Spacey. You can't rewrite history, kids. He's in this one. If you had a chance to watch it, I would watch it. It's pretty good. Dennis Leary is pretty funny in it, and it's a classic. So we got The Ref. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Good movie. Okay. A very Harold and Kumar Christmas. This movie is not that funny, to be honest with you. But Neil Patrick Harris makes the movies, the first two. And those movies don't get any love like they should, so I threw it in there because, after all, this one was in 3D. If you saw it at the theater, I may have. Right? It's pretty good. Still got the disc in it. It's a good movie. This time, of course, instead of partaking in some mind-altering substances, well, they do that. But instead of looking for the elusive White Castle or trying to hook Kumar back up with his ex and going to Guantanamo Bay, they instead do something related to Christmas, which I can't remember at this time. But Danny Trejo, who plays Machete, plays the father-in-law of Harold. And apparently they have an immaculate conception at the end. It's bizarre. It's 3D. It's got Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good list. Surviving Christmas. And yeah, I know what you're going to say. You just said you don't like young Ben Affleck. I don't. I can't even say his name. Young Ben Affleck. But it's got Catherine O'Hara, if you're a fan of SCTV, and Beetlejuice, and a ton of movies. She's awesome in anything she does. It's got Christina Applegate from Married to Children and all that kind of stuff. She is very, very awesome. It's also got James Gandolfini, who plays the dad. And it's got Ben Affleck. 30-ish Ben Affleck, so he's getting a little more tolerable. So, what this one is about, Ben Affleck is, of course, a rich yuppie, but he has a troubled past. So he decides to go to his family home to purge his dysfunction in a letter burning ceremony. But instead, he runs into the new owner, James Gandolfini. And boy, hijinks ensues after that. There's snowball fights, shovels, an old man named Doodah. This is probably one of my favorite Christmas movies because it's literally so stupid. And it has a weird, my mom did a porno shoot subtext that is both haunting and chilling. But it more than makes up for it with the scene of the old man Doodah, who didn't have a stocking, hanging one of his socks by the fire, only for 30-year-old Ben Affleck to rip it off and throw it in the fire directly. So, there you go. And what can you say? Oh, and he paid $250,000 for them to be his family over Christmas. Oh, yeah. This is like a Hallmark movie written all over it. The Ref, Harold and Kumar, Surviving Christmas. Now we're starting to get into some more traditional ones. Fred Claus, Vince Vaughn, Elizabeth Banks, and a whole bunch of other people that I can't remember. Oh yeah. Paul Giamatti, Sideways, The Leftovers, the newer one. Sideways is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's great. Shoot 'Em Up was another good movie he was in, where he played the bad guy, where he drank a dead woman's breast milk. Okay, this is getting a little weirder as we go, but Fred Claus, it also has Kevin Spacey in it. He plays the bad guy. It's probably closer to fine than we all realize. Then you find, but of course, Vince Vaughn, the Santa Claus slacker brother, who needs money for Christmas. So he tries to get it from Santa, but Santa, who's his brother, says, no, you have to work for it. And hijinks ensue. And Kathy Bates, of course, is the mother. Because who else could be the mother of Santa but the same woman from Misery that tied up James Caan and broke his ankles and was just a plain old nut job. All right. Fred Claus, which I enjoy this one immensely. Right? I will say before we move on to the honorable mention, because we got two more to go. Well, not even honorable mention. This one would be number two or number one in any ranking. My favorite Christmas story of all time is A Christmas Carol. I love that one. I love the old one with Alistair Sim from 1951 that they usually play on Christmas Eve. If you're in Canada, anyways, I'm not sure about everywhere else. There's another one with George C. Scott, but I'm not a big George C. Scott fan. Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard, he did a good one where he was playing that as well. The Muppets did one. Everyone has a version of A Christmas Carol, and it is. I truly, truly enjoy that movie or all those movies. The book, whatever. The books might be a little. That was old. Scrooged with Bill Murray, modern take. It's really, really funny. Karen Allen is in it. I like Karen Allen. That was Marion from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Pardon me. I don't count Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. No, but she was in this one. It was fantastic. Bill Murray, John Forsythe is of course his old business boss. His old boss who wears the chains comes to warn him that he'll be visited by three ghosts, which include, if I'm not mistaken, Carol Kane, the voice of, as Christmas present, the shrouded guy, ghost of futures yet to come, and I believe Buster Poindexter, the musician. I want to say Tom Waite because he looks like Tom Waite, but it's not Tom Waite. Yeah, and it's got another weird guy from one of the worst episodes of Star Trek, the original series ever, where they pick up the hippie commune in outer space. It's not the best one I've ever seen, but I digress. This movie is hilarious, partly because of Bill Murray. Bill Murray is super funny in this movie, and it's got a cameo from Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man. A movie within a movie. You gotta love that. And as Santa said to Lee Majors, Lee, you're gonna get some good this year. You've been a real good boy. Scrooge. Check out that. All right. Now before I get to the last one, I don't know if you have any guesses or not. But I will say that this is still classified as a Christmas movie. It has a lot of Christmas elements in it, although it doesn't have Christmas in the title. Few of these don't. It's always about the spirit of the holiday season for me. It's about a time of giving and sharing and all that kind of stuff. But it's also a time to make sure all is right with the world. And sometimes doing what's right means you got to get your hands a little bit dirty. And when you got to get your hands dirty, who in the case of this movie, Santa Claus, from what I remember, went missing. And they figure Santa's son took over, who was a no good beatnik. Him and his elf were causing trouble, trying to make all the boys and girls naughty boys and girls and not following the nice list. So when that happens, who do you turn to? There's only one man who can help you in a situation like that. That is the Hebrew hammer. That's right. When Santa goes bad, you got to call the Hebrew hammer. He's part man, part street, and 100% kosher. Him, Judy Greer, who's a great actress, plays his assistant, who's out there to right all the wrongs being committed by the Santa Claus kid and evil elf. They may be in a relationship, kind of alludes to it, but it's weird nonetheless. It's just weird, but it's a good movie. When he beats someone up and he goes, "Shalom, mother," it's like, okay, it's pretty good. So you can see in the back. So yeah, it's got there's Santa and the evil elf. There they are, dressed, trying to sneak in. Yeah, But it not just celebrates Hanukkah and Christmas, which is you don't see a lot of those together. It also has Mario Van Peebles playing a secret agent for the Kwanzaa group, which protects Kwanzaa's interests, and they assist the Hebrew Hammer fight the evil Santa Claus Jr. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds really bizarre. But I guarantee you'll watch it and you'll be like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Yeah, I know. So you got the Hebrew Hammer, and that is my Christmas movie collection. Now, do you have a favorite Christmas movie? There's lots of Christmas movies that are just bad, but some are pretty good. Like I said, Christmas Vacation's pretty good. There's classics, there's staples, but for every classic, you got a real nutcracker, my friend. Right? I'm thinking like Christmas Vacation 2. What the hell is that? Cousin Eddie? Those can't be real movies. Or oh, the Santa Claus 3. When I talk to folks and they're like, I don't understand why people don't believe in like the sanctity of Christmas or even like spirituality or anything like that. And my only answer to that is that's because when the Santa Claus 3 was made, it proved to everybody that there is no there is no God. That movie is horrible. Anyways, Santa Claus 2 is pretty good if you like two Tim Allens. And the first one is pretty good, but it always answers the question like, if a guy fell off my roof, would I try on his clothes? I like to think I wouldn't. But now after watching the Santa Claus, I'm like, hey, what if this guy is Santa? Right? He's not Santa. Never put on a dead guy's clothes. That's like gotta be there's like a really bad omen about that, I think. It's just got an eerie vibe. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. But this is my Christmas movie list. I wanna tell me yours. Put it in the comments. Is there a bad Christmas movie you like watching, but it's tradition? So you almost have to keep watching it? Growing up, I watched things like, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the claymation one. And between you and me, I really disliked Frosty the Snowman. Like, the animation is good for the time, right? The Grinch is cool. I like the Grinch. But man, Frosty is just, you know. Same with Charlie Brown. It's a classic one, but it's almost kind of a downer. Charlie Brown, Christmas. Not my Facebook friend. That Charlie Brown's pretty cool. But Charlie Brown, they're all sad, and they're all like, "Oh, look at this tree," and they're all like, "No, it's okay. Well, it's okay. We know we hurt your feelings. We'll like this tree." It's like doesn't really. I don't think it's full of a whole lot of positive messages, right? But anyways, I'm digressing. So it was a long day. I might sit down with some Hebrew Hammer tonight and chill out a little bit. And I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys stayed warm today. Hope you're curling up with whatever Christmas movie you guys watch. Because we're getting down to the wire, man. We got like 14 days to go. Not even. Today's the 12th? Yeah. 13 days to go. So, right? We're running out of time. So make sure you're able to take some time, spend it the way you want to spend it. If you're by yourself, take some time for you. Don't be shy to reach out to people. This is the time of year for it. And a lot of people struggle during this time. That's why I do stuff like this, because it helps me too. But just know that you're not alone and reach out. And there's even lots of people in the community. Throw some comments out there. I know for sure I'll answer. Right? You don't need to be alone. That's, enough of that. So do what you got to do. Have a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and enjoy the Christmas movies. Take care.